to us in a toned down fashion. Moon is very important. Without moon, Earth could not have been made into livable area because moon creates atmosphere. Without atmosphere, sun's energy will destroy us. So moon was really part of Earth to begin with. So it split about 4.5 billion years ago. Then the atmosphere formed, then the life forms took almost 1 billion years to form. So moon is very important. So today moon's energy is not reflecting, so the negative energies will be most intense. So that is the day Mother asked us to do the Homa for her as Varahambika, the Panchami, the fifth aspect. So that's she gave specific mantra. You all have the mantra, and initially we had to do it in one temple in Tanjore, big temple. There's a small area of Varahambika. She said, I'm manifestors, you come to me and do a homa and bring the mantra and give it to my devotees here, my children are here. That's a mantra you have. It's a very special mantra given by her on that day. It's about some 8 years ago. And that's why we do it very, very precisely the way she wanted us to do. It's not something in this temple, nothing we plan. Humans don't plan. Every day is, you see, is connected. She comes through the Turiya state and says, I want to come as Hanuman, as Kamadeva aspect. So everything is precisely the way she wants. So this Homa is precisely the way she wanted it. And you're all very fortunate, including me. We are here on this day to do the Homa. Among all the ways to reach divine, because we are in a dense realm. The divine realm is very, very, very high vibratory energy. To break through from our dense realm of consciousness to a higher level is very, very difficult. We do so many things. Ultimately, we end up having Mother's grace. If you have Mother's grace, you break through and they reach you, whether you know it or not. In this temple, all the cosmic devatas are very intensely present and they reach you. You may not consciously perceive them, but they are here, and today we'll invoke them, we'll honor them, and we will receive them. And Homa is the best way to reach them, because here we use Agni. Agni is Durga Devi. Agni is Jadavi, Durga Devi. So we invoke her, and through Agni, Agni is a mediator for both earth and Swaha to the heavens. So Agni is a mediator. So we do it in front of Agni, and we do proper mantras. Through that, we invoke devatas. We offer ahutis because that's all we know. So our own devotion, our way of thinking, we think we offer them. But we do our best to make it as subtle as possible, so we burn them. And the subtlest we can make. But what the devatas want or receive from us is the mantras. That's all is meaningful to them. The vibration, the raga, all the color, many of them are in mantra. These are all very, very, very defined mystical word which Rishis gave it to us in a very crude form. So the Vaigani Sapta, the mantra is a very crude form. But with our devotion, we make it as precisely, try to connect to the devatas. So there will be many devatas who will be coming. They will reach you whether you know it or not, because you are invoking them by precise mantra. And the mantra we give involves all the bijas. Om Shrim Hrim Hrim Dum. So it starts with Pranava, then Shrim is Mahavishnu, Hrim is Devi Pranava, Om Shrim Hrim, Hrim is Krishna Bhagavan, Vishnu aspect. So Om Shrim Hrim Hrim Dum. Dum is Dumavati or Durga. Dum bija invokes both Durga Devi and Dumavati. Very high Dasamahavidya Dumavati. We don't have the time to go into it. So all these bijas are very precisely given by us, and we will chant. You are given and you chant. Chant with knowledge. Try to understand which bija you're invoking. When you say clean, you think of Krishna. You know, in our tradition, they will say the name is more important than the form. They will say, you say chant Ram. That's more important, seeing Ram. How can that be? It is. The reason being, when you chant the word Ram with a precise understanding, what he represented, what he was, all his mythological stories, and understand the meaning of his life, if you know it that well, you would connect to Rama. Suppose Rama comes in front of you and disappears. At that instant, you are very well graced. But that's all, that instant. Whereas when you chant Rama with all any bija, any devatas, with all the understanding what that represents. So when you chant clean, you think of Krishna, and then understand Bhagavad Gita, what he told us. Then Srimad Bhagavad, so he gave that to Uddhava, and he gave Arjuna Bhagavad Gita. So think of all that with the knowledge you chant, then you know Krishna Bhagavan. So Kleem connects you deeply with Krishna Bhagavan. So its bijas are very, very important. The seeds, they seed mantras, but you have to say with understanding who you are invoking. When you do that in front of Agni, and this temple where Mother is actively manifest, she is a Pesundeva, meaning talking goddess, person goddess, she connects to you directly. So in this place, we are very blessed to be here on this day. So the mantra is very precise, Om Shrim Hrim Klim Dum. Jwala Jwala. Jwala is the radiation with which all the organs come into us. We receive them through mantras, radiation of the Agni, the Jwala, the rays. So Jwala Jwala, Surini is the highest form, the Durga form. Ashya Manushi, you are the owner, you are the creator, you are the only source of all of us. So you are in us. So when you say Surini, Sarve Jamanashya, that's what you mean. You are the source, you are in us. So wake us up. So our Gayatri, the part says, you wake up the divine energy which you manifest, stimulate us, enlighten us, light the fire in us, so we can connect you. That is Gayatri. So our mantras are very meaningful. Any mantras we say, if you understand, they're very meaningful, they're very scientific. You have to understand as much as you can. So in this temple, we give the mantras. We're not supposed to give the mantras, but here we do because she is a guru. So she as a guru can give it to you because she's beyond karma. We cannot, humans cannot give you mantra because they have to give life to the mantra first. That means you have to, when you say that, the deity should come. She has given life to the mantra. And then the guru has to monitor you continuously, 24 hours a day, how you chant it, how you understand. No human can do them. There are gurus in different levels, but Parama Guru is her. So she has given this. So when you chant it, you think of all that. Initially, we will invoke Ganesha. Any homa, we will invoke Ganesha, irrespective of which homa. The reason being, only with the wisdom of Ganesha. Ganesha represents ultimate wisdom. The symbolic form is symbolic, but the meaning is the eternal wisdom. So Ganesha stimulates you and removes obstacle. What obstacle? Ignorance. Ignorance of reality is the obstacle. He removes it. So he is an obstacle remover. That is the obstacle, major obstacle, because we don't realize who we are. We don't realize only aspect of her in us, and that is Atman to Paramatman. So all this wisdom he grants us. So we invoke Ganesha, and then we come to our main homa, which is Varahambika homa. It's you got the symbolism of Varahambika. She has a boar face. What it means is she burrows, boar burrows the earth. So she burrows deep in you, brings all the asura aspect in us, and helps us to stay. That's the symbolism of Varahambika. And she protects us. The reason being, both Asuras and Devas, the mother is her, Aditi and Diti. Aditi is mother of Deva, Diti is mother of Asuras. She is mother of all, because she is the only reality. All the deities, gods come long after she manifested as Mahamari. So all this is very meaningful. So today, the Asuras also would be our friends because we invoke their mother. And she tells them, these are my devotees, do not hurt them. Do not manifest in them. And leave them and go. So she helps us to remove the Asura energies, which is very manifest after sunset on this day. That's the symbolism of this homa. It's a very, very powerful homa. I benefited a lot, and I'm sure you will benefit a lot. And each one of you, I'm sure, is invited by mother, otherwise you won't be here. Many times I see people who don't plan to be here, they are here. And people who want to be here, they're not there. So I realize it's a direct connection between her and you. Whether you believe it or not, I know it. So now we can begin in a couple of minutes. So this is the meaning of that, and the whole mantra, we don't have time to go through it. It really means Om Shrim Hrim Klim Dum. We invoke all the devatas of all the bijas. Jwala Jala Surini Ashya Jamanashya Sarva Satru Samhara Samhara. All my enemies, not the physical enemies, psychic enemies, emotional enemies, astral enemies, all the enemies. Sarva Satru Samhara Samhara. Destroy them. Shyamalabham Kuru Kuru. Kuru Kuru means grant me. Give me all the niceties. Hum first Swaha is very, very important. Meaning Hum is the bija which clarifies the illusion. Mahamaya creates the wheel, and Hum is the bija which is set properly and invoked and given light, which helps you see through this veil, this screen, which prevents you from knowing who you are. That's why all the drama starts. When you don't know who you are. Once you realize who you are, then you unite with her, then you don't exist as an individual. Atman and Jnana Paramatman. Which is Buddhism calls them Sunya, we call them Purna. Ours is a much better concept. Purna is wholeness. And I will try hard to evolve to reach a Purna. I won't try very hard if I reach Sunya, because it's not my aim. But that is the concept they have. Ultimately, what it means you don't exist when in a yoga you become one. But traditional yoga we reach it Kundalini level and then you come back so that life goes on. By the time you do intense meditation, understanding in the Turiya state, you have a glimpse of what reality is. And once you feel this glimpse, then you go on. Many of you, I know the Kundalini activities already started. So this temple, it's a Kundalini temple. Kundalini is ultimate. Everybody has to go through that. Whether you follow Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, any yoga ultimately leads to the activity of Kundalini energy. And that goes up and then you understand more and more. And then you become a nice person because you understand everything is same, everything is one source, we all one. And the realization comes, all the asura leave you. Asura means the anger, the enmity, the greed, jealousy, ignorance, they all leave you because you understand reality. Thank you. I think we can start now.